Last he stopped, held his nose in the air, and sniffed. "Do I sniff something or do I not?" he asked, lifting his wool yarn mittens to his nose and rubbing his nose till it was warm. Again he sniffed. "Aha! Yeah, this is the big Rootabaga field near the home of the Rootabaga King and the home of his daughter Susan Slackentwist." At last he came to the house, stood under the window and slung the guitar around in front of him to play the music to go with the song. "And now," he asked his mittens, "shall I take you off or keep you on? If I take you off, the cold wind of the bitter cold weather will freeze my hands so stiff and bitter cold my fingers will be too stiff to play the guitar. I will play with mittens on." Which he did. He stood under the window of Susan Slackentwist and played the guitar with his mittens on. The warm wool yarn mittens he called his chums. It was the first time any strong young man going to see his sweetheart ever played the guitar with his mittens on when it was a bitter night with a cold wind and cold weather. Susan Slackentwist opened her window and threw him a snowbird feather to keep for a keepsake to remember her by. And for years afterward many a sweetheart in the Rootabaga country told her lover, "If you wish to marry me, let me hear you under my window on a winter night, playing the guitar with wool yarn mittens on." And when Henry Hagglyhoagly walked home on his long legs, stepping long steps, he said to his mittens, "This Spanish Spinnish Splishy guitar made special will bring us luck." And when he turned his face up, the sky came down close and he could see stars fixed like numbers and the arithmetic writing of a girl going to school learning to write number 4 and number 7 and 4 and 7 over and over. Never kick a slipper at the moon. When a girl is growing up in the Rootabaga country, she learns some things to do, some things not to do. Never kick a slipper at the moon if it is the time for the dancing slipper moon, when the slim, early moon looks like the toe and the heel of a dancer's foot, was the advice Mr. Wishes, the father of Peter Potato Blossom Wishes, gave to his daughter. "Why?" she asked him. "Because your slipper will go straight up, on and on to the moon, and fasten itself on the moon as if the moon is a foot ready for dancing," said Mr. Wishes. "A long time ago there was one night when a secret word was passed around to all the shoes standing in the bedrooms and closets. The whisper of the secret was, 'Tonight all the shoes and the slippers and the boots of the world are going walking without any feet in them. Tonight, when those who put us on their feet in the daytime are sleeping in their beds, we all get up and walk and go walking where we walk in the daytime.' And in the middle of the night, when the people in the beds were sleeping, the shoes and the slippers and the boots everywhere walked out of the bedrooms and the closets. Along the sidewalks on the streets, up and down stairways, along hallways, the shoes and slippers and the boots tramped and marched and stumbled. Some walked pussyfoot, sliding easy and soft just like people in the daytime. Some walked clumping and clumping, coming down heavy on the heels and slow on the toes, just like people in the daytime. Some turned their toes in and walked pigeon-toe. Some spread their toes out and held their heels in, just like people in the daytime. Some ran glad and fast, some lagged slow and sorry. Now there was a little girl in the village of Cream Puffs who came home from a dance that night, and she was tired from dancing round dances and square dances, 1 steps and 2 steps, toe dances and toe and heel dances, dances close up and dances far apart. She was so tired she took off only 1 slipper, tumbled onto her bed, and went to sleep with 1 slipper on. She woke up in the morning when it was yet dark, and she went to the window and looked up in the sky and saw a dancing slipper moon, dancing far and high in the deep blue sea of the moon sky. "Oh, what a moon! What a dancing slipper of a moon!" she cried with a little song to herself. She opened the window, saying again, "Oh, what a moon!" and kicked her foot with the slipper on it straight toward the moon. The slipper flew off and flew up and went on and up in the moonshine. It never came back, that slipper. It was never seen again. When they asked the girl about it, she said, "It slipped off my foot and went up, and the last I saw of it, the slipper was going on straight to the moon." And these are the explanations why fathers and mothers in the Rootabaga country say to their girls growing up, "Never kick a slipper at the moon if it is the time of the dancing slipper moon, when the ends of the moon look like the toe and the heel of a dancer's foot." End of Part 6.